The band is My Last Mile, and we have Aaron and Rich from the band My Last Mile here with us in studio. How are you guys?
Doing well. How are you?
Very well, very well. And who are we missing? So you are actually a quartet.
Yeah, we're missing our drummer, Mike Goslin, and our bassist, Nick Truist.
No rhythm section. I see. Now, what do you guys each do in the band?
Well, I play rhythm guitar.
Okay.
And I do a little bit of backup vocals.
Okay, very good. And Aaron, how about you?
I do lead vocals and lead guitar.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, I've been looking forward to talking to you guys because I opened the show with that song "Island," and of course, we just heard "Seaside," and we'll play another track in a little bit. But I love your sound. It's it's kind of heavy rock, but it's super catchy. Very melodic. Just really good. Jenny really likes it too. She was saying to me, you're really going to like this band. When she first kind of presented you guys to me, she does all the booking. And I said, yeah, these guys are amazing. Have you been around a long time?
My Last Mile originally started in upstate New York, where I'm from. Oh. And I had a different lineup then. And this was back to like 2016, 2017. And we did a lot of shows up in that upstate New York scene. We released the EP, The Storm Is Out. And then time went on. I moved out here when COVID started, and I kind of hung it up for a little bit. But then Rich actually and I started jamming together, and he's like, I really like those songs.
Yeah.
And I would really love to play those songs. So we had a couple of guys just, to get a feel for them. And we finally got the lineup that we actually really want. And these guys all love the songs, and we rehearse them every week. And we're also working on new material as well. Because, I can't just say, hey, let's just rehearse, all the old stuff. We also have to make it kind of more, it's also kind of like a new band, it feels like, at the same time.
Sure,
so it's been a lot of fun.
Rich, what was it about the songs that made you want to be a part of this and to work with Aaron?
Oh, the songs were they're catchy. They're mostly upbeat. Mm-hmm. I mean, it gets you bobbing your head a little bit, and I just really was digging the sound, and I pulled him aside and I was like, hey, I think we should bring this back. Yeah. And I was definitely like starstruck because the sound was so there. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And yeah, that's what got me wanting to bring this back.
Yeah. I feel like too the sound of this band, it's kind of it's got a certain timelessness to it in that, it sounds contemporary, it sounds comfortable with things that are out today, but it also, 20 years ago it would have as well. You know what I mean? There's just a timelessness to it where in any era, I feel like these songs would succeed on that, like you said, getting your head bobbing and whatnot. Yeah. It's just really good stuff.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm a big fan of old school sounding stuff. I grew up on 80s rock and metal, Ozzy, Crew, Pantera, stuff like that. To me, all that stuff was more appealing personally than what I listen to nowadays. But there's a lot of good modern bands, so we try to bring that old school influence, but we also kind of modernize it a little bit.
Yeah,
and that's
definitely.
Kind of the idea.
Yeah. And how are these songs recorded? What's the production like? Because they sound amazing, just not only in terms of the songs themselves, but sonically they sound really good.
It's all the amps are mic'd up, all the drums are mic'd up, and that's really kind of it. We do it we do it digitally, but also try to stay as analog as possible when doing it. And
wow, no kidding. So
that's kind of the idea.
You do it all yourselves?
I do a lot of the tracking.
Yeah.
On our EP, The Storm Is Out, we did all the tracking. I sent it to a guy named John Felino in Latham, New York, and he mixed it all. And mastered it, and then we got it back. And then our old drummer, Tyler Shoemaker, who now plays in a group called The Broken View out of upstate New York, and they're really talented as well. Him and I did Island, that EP together, and he did all the mixing and mastering. He went to school for it, and and that was a lot of guitar layers and just weeks on end making just 6 songs.
Okay. Yeah, because everything you sent me, it sounds great. It sounds like it was done in $1 million studio. So that's
thanks.
But but with the technology that we have now, we're fortunate to really be able to. I mean, there's so many different ways you can approach recording and have it sound really good. Has any of have you guys written anything? Are you in the process of writing together? Because obviously these songs were all already written when you came into the band, Rich? Is that
all
Yeah.
but So Many Colors? We actually wrote that together.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So
okay.
that's the newest one that we've done together. Is So Many Colors.
Excellent.
So.
Yeah. We'll play that in a little bit too. I'm looking forward to sharing that with everybody. But I assume there's more in the works.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely. We are putting our nose to the grindstone and trying to give some good stuff.
Now, what about with the other guys? Are they involved in the writing, or is that
They're
just the two of
gonna
you?
be. I couldn't imagine them not wanting to be.
Yeah.
An idea kind of spurs off of one of our heads, like with a riff or something or a melody in the head, and then we'd present it to them, and
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah.
Is it weird for you? Is it weird playing some of these songs with a whole new configuration of the band, or does it feel like a normal sort of evolution of things? Or
One thing I've noticed with our new drummer is he kind of puts a little twist on some of them. He plays the parts pretty much precisely, but like there's times he might just put a little twist on things, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
At first, it was a little like, this is a little different, but as time went on, it didn't feel like it was really any different. It felt really fun, and also just to add those little twists on the songs, like when we go and play them live,
Yeah.
you hear them, and that's kind of neat.
I was in a band years ago that went through a few different drummers, and I always found it kind of, every drummer who would come in would kind of put their own twist on things, and for me it kind of kept it exciting, because the songs would feel a little bit different, but it was kind of like, okay, the song we've been playing for 5 years now, it feels new in a way, so I know what you mean about how it you get used to it being different, and then it actually kind of sounds good, with that little bit of a twist on it. But it must be surreal, right? To some of these songs, to have played them in the old version in a different, not really a different part of the country, the Northeast, but still, in New York, and then to be doing them here. But you haven't recorded yet with this new, with the full band, or have you?
Just the song "So Many Colors."
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Are you guys playing out a lot? Do you play a lot of shows? Or?
We played a little bit in this year, and we started playing out a little bit last year. I know we're playing Swarmy Fest on November 4th at Jewel.
Yep.
We played Jewel a couple of times, and we always have a good time there.
Yeah.
And also one thing I remember thinking was we have a song called "Awakening" that we played, and I remember thinking to myself, hearing it through their sound system, just that thunderous sound. See, playing live too is a little different than the recording. You hear more of that, more of the punch and everything.
Yeah.
So, really excited to do that. But, once that's done, we'll probably get some more new songs written and then just keep booking up shows.
Yeah. We're looking forward to Swarmy Fest.
Absolutely.
Jenny and I will be there representing the show, and
Can't wait.
Really looking forward to that. Yeah.
Definitely can't wait. I can't wait to get up there and have some fun and get the crowd moving.
Yeah.
For sure.
Where are you guys from? Where are you?
Lebanon, New Hampshire.
We're both from Lebanon. It's actually funny. He's only like 5 minutes down the road from me.
Oh, no kidding. Yeah.
The other two guys live in Claremont, New Hampshire.
Okay.
That's where we rehearse every week.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah. I used to occasionally go up to West Lebanon when there was a Strawberries there years ago, and I used to go to work up there occasionally to help out. But yeah, so what's that, like an hour from here, or?
Yeah.
About an hour
I'd
and
say
10?
it's about an hour.
Yeah.
For sure.
Now, are there up there? Like, what's the situation like as far as venues up there? Are there a lot of places to play, or?
I find if you're in a cover band doing like classic rock or a country band, there's Saw Hill Pub, and there's probably, I don't know, a couple other breweries up there.
Yeah.
Going toward Vermont, I find that it's better for that kind of thing.
Yeah.
We do a couple of covers, but we're not that type of band that plays, 3 sets. And we did start off doing that, but we like playing our own stuff and incorporating a couple. We like playing with other bands as well on a lineup.
Yeah.
That's
definitely.
we find that that's more fun because you find more people. And even if the venue's empty, at least you're playing to the band.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I know all about how that works. That's for sure. That's for sure. Do you guys have any particular bands that you play a lot of shows with? Sometimes, I mean, it kind of happens organically by accident, really, but sometimes bands have certain bands that they just sort of team up with, do a lot of shows with.
I found Trading Tombstones.
Oh, I love them.
With those
Yeah.
guys, that their one song, I talked to Alex a lot on Facebook. Their one song caught my eyes out. That's like one of my go-to like daily songs I listen to, and
Yeah.
I just love it. And then there's a new one he just released But yeah, no, I find we end up with those guys a couple of times. And
Yeah.
I feel like there's another one. I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember their name, but I can. I see them right in front of me.
I know it's Rain Tombstones is definitely one.
J-Fed in the Facebook live chat, he's in Vermont. He says, you live close to Vermont. Have you ever considered growing beards? Well, Rich, you've got quite the beard going there.
I was going to say, yeah.
not as much as J-Fed's one of those guys with a big long beard. And Aaron, you've got somewhat of a beard.
I had a full one, and then I'm going to grow it back. No shave November's around the corner.
Yeah, definitely. So mine will be a little bit bushier, a little bit longer.
Yeah.
we all have facial hair in the band, yeah.
Yeah, most of us.
And we're all bald except Nick. Nick has long hair.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
I got hair. It's there. It's just underneath my hat.
Oh, wow.
That's what I tell people, too.
And it's only under my hat, man.
We have Aaron and Rich from My Last Mile here in studio with us. Where does the name come from, by the way?
Gosh, that's a good question. I think our old drummer, Tyler, I think he came up with it. We were just sitting at a pizza shop one time, and he said something along the lines of, I'd walk some mile, or I'd walk a bunch of miles to do this or something. And then he was like, and then the other guy with us, he was like, oh, that'd be your last mile. Then I just mile it. I'm like, how's that for a band name? And they're like, that's not bad. Once we went through a couple other ones. Once we got some artwork back, I don't want to say settled, but settled on that.
What were the other ones? I love rejected band names. That's like my favorite thing. What?
My last name, Westfall, was one. I remember that.
Okay.
I didn't want to do that.
Really? Yeah.
I didn't want to play the whole solo artist thing or the.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, Westfall's not a bad name for a band, but I can see why you wouldn't want to do that necessarily.
Another rejected name. We had Deviation for a little bit.
Yeah, what do we have that for, like, at least a month, didn't we?
No, at least a year.
Was it a year?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Felt
Yeah.
like a month.
Oh, no kidding.
Maybe.
Oh, wow.
I don't think there were a lot. I can't remember.
Yeah. My Last Mile is a good name.
Thanks.
I dig it. It's got a certain a gravitas. Now, how many? Do you guys have a full album, or have you just put out singles at this point?
Two EPs.
Two EPs. Okay.
Storm is out. That came out in 2017, and then Island was 2020.
Okay. Yeah. Has the sound changed over time? I mean, obviously, it had to have changed a little bit because you're playing with different guys. But I mean, has the sound and style overall changed at all, or?
Vocally, probably a little bit because I'm not 22 anymore. And they're pretty high, but I still like to hit high notes. I don't like to scream much, but we're trying to push, like, So Many Colors is a lot. I think that push is going to push us more into a heavier, kind of a darker direction.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what we want for this next EP.
Where are you from originally, Aaron? Because you don't sound like you're from here necessarily.
No, I'm originally from Saratoga, New York.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And Rich, did you grow up here? Or?
Yep, I grew up here. I been in New Hampshire all my life.
Okay. Well, very good. Let's play. What was the name of that song? The one you guys were just talking about. I found it. So Many Colors. We should give this a listen. And then, so what should we know about this track? This is the one you guys wrote together. Is that correct?
Yep. Yes.
Okay, cool. And so this is the first one you guys wrote together. And anything else we should know about this? This must be the newest one, right?
Yeah. Not our current drummer, Mike Gosselin, but we had a guy who was with us for a little bit, Paul Picard.
Yeah.
Who also plays in Robin V group around the area, and I think there's another group he might play with, but he actually played drums on this song.
Oh, okay.
And we sent it to a guy named Ian McDonald in New York, and he did the mixing and mastering. So we did all the tracking together, and then Paul did the drums on it. And Paul's also in the music video for it. So.
Oh, cool.
And then there was another guy named Chris Ryjeski who actually came in and played lead guitar on it.
Oh, okay. Cool, cool.
Yeah.
By the way, with drummers, doesn't it seem like every drummer is in like multiple, like
drummers, bassists,
five or six different bands?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I have a theory about that. I think the reason for that is, when you're growing up and you develop an interest in playing a musical instrument and you have to talk to your parents about it, the last thing they want to encourage you to take up is drums.
Absolutely.
So that's my theory. So every drummer is and bass players are in high demand too, but drummers, like, it's crazy. Every drummer I know is in like 12 bands. All right, let's give this a listen. This is really good. This is So Many Colors. This is My Last Mile. Here, check this out.
there's no turning back as you plunge into hell. You should have thought of this long ago. You should have thought before I stole your soul. So many colors, so many lies. There's just 1,000 ugly things that will feed off you tonight. So many colors, you miss the signs. There's just 1,000 ugly things, but you've ignored them every time. I was your best friend till the end. I stuck by your side when you would not begin. It's not my fault you don't listen. You were not forgiven. There must be some way to save yourself. Take my hand, you descend into hell. I'd hate to say I told you so. You're driven with chaos so far below. So many colors, so many lies. There's just 1,000 ugly things that will feed off you tonight. So many colors, you miss the signs. There's just 1,000 ugly things, but you've ignored them every time. So many colors, so many lies. There's just 1,000 ugly things that will feed off you tonight. So many colors, you miss the signs. There's just 1,000 ugly things, but you've ignored them every time.
My Last Mile, and the track is called So Many Colors. That is great. Really, really catchy. We've got a couple of the guys from the band here, but we have Aaron and Rich from the band My Last Mile in studio with us. Yeah, that's a great track, guys. So Many Colors, so that's now the newer material that you're writing together. Is it similar? Is it because I think that's the heaviest of the ones that you sent me. Is that are the new ones kind of heavy like that, or do they vary? Or
I would say yes. They definitely will get heavier as they come.
Yeah,
but they're in the works.
Yeah,
for sure.
And Aaron, are you writing all the lyrics still? Or are you the?
Yeah, primarily. Yeah, I mean, I get subject matter. I'll get influence and such, but usually I kind of write, like, I'll have a vocal melody in my head and I'll just add the lyrics to that kind of.
Yeah. Is there any kind of a theme to your lyrics? Any kind of an overarching theme or approach? Or
some of it's personal, a lot of it's actually personal, but I kind of just write, again, for me, like, songwriting's more of a spur of the moment kind of thing.
Yeah.
If it's in my head, if it's something I can nod my head to and that I really like, that's kind of where I think, oh, this might actually be a good song. And so as far as the theme goes, not so much. It's kind of just just based on what I'm feeling. You know, certain things I've experienced in the past, certain things I'm experiencing now. That's kind of where it all comes from.
Sure. We have a question for you in the Facebook live chat. Isaac Banks, who is from, I know exactly where he is in the South, Greensboro, North Carolina. He says, speaking of interesting questions, my last mile, how are you fellas? What's your favorite Hootie and the Blowfish song?
Let Her Cry.
Oh.
I'm doing great.
It's awesome. Thank you for asking that. I don't think I've actually listened to Hootie and the Blowfish. So
You mean recently or ever?
ever.
Fair enough.
But I'm doing well. Thank you for asking.
I was waiting for him to say Wagon Wheel.
Oh goodness, Let Her Cry. That was a huge. That was a huge song. My God, yeah, they were the biggest thing out there in the mid '90s. Have you guys opened for any national acts that have come through the area or?
Not here. In 2017, My Last Mile did do a Warp Tour appearance on Long Island.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, it was like a local, we were the local band.
Sure.
From way up north, they got picked, and we went. It was like 15, 20 minutes, but it was well worth it.
Oh, that's cool.
I remember that year they had I Prevail. Hatebreed was somewhere on
Nice.
that bill. Maybe Chelsea Grin might have been. August Burns Red. It was a much heavier year for Warped Tour. And then the following year in 2018, that was the last year they did it, and then they stopped doing it. I was kind of bummed about that.
Yeah,
I still love going to that.
So 2018 was the last Warp Tour, huh?
I know 2019 they did select shows, but like the full tour was 2018, yeah.
Gotcha. Did you get to see Hatebreed while you were there?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
I used to be in a band called First Shove, and we used to play. We used to cover. We did very few covers, but we would do Last Breath, which was honestly my favorite part of our set. It's so quick though; it goes by so fast. It's such a short song, but just the adrenaline of playing that. Yeah, but I've never seen them live. That must have been cool. That must have been cool. Now, what? No, so what? What brought you to New Hampshire? Did you guys know each other prior to you coming here?
Nope.
Or?
No, my fiance.
Oh, okay. She lured you here?
Yeah, I was living in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina at the time, and we met, and yeah, I've been here ever since, and we're still together.
How long did you live in Myrtle Beach?
A year.
Okay.
Yeah, I have family down there, and I thought, why not? But then I realized I'm not a Southern, especially this time of year. I like the seasons a lot. I like fall the most.
Yeah.
This time of year is like my favorite time of year, and I feel like when I was down there, just the leaves never change. Like at Christmas time, it's cool, but at Christmas time, you'll be driving through like a neighborhood, and you'll see like all the Christmas decorations, and then just a palm tree and grass. It's just not the same. I'm used to seeing the snow and decoration, I guess.
See, I'm the opposite. I would love that. I would love that. I love spring and summer are my times. I don't like fall because of what it leads to, the winter. And
the winter does drag on. That is true.
Yeah, it does. It gets colder, and then you're like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, like I think I would do fine down south. How about you, Rich? You think you'd do all right down there?
No, because I've been in New Hampshire too long. I'd probably
Yeah, me too. That's why I think I would do well down there. No, but I do love New Hampshire too. There's a lot to love here.
Oh yeah, definitely hunting, fishing. That's my game toward this time.
Yeah, see, I don't hunt or fish. I don't do any outdoorsy things. I'm terrified of deer ticks, and there's wild animals. You could be eaten by a bear or a mountain lion or something.
This is true.
Yeah.
The Blair Witch is out in the woods. I think I saw a movie about that once, and that's very frightening. But no, in the winter, I'd like to be able to just teleport from one warm place to another. I think that'd be great. But no, but in the summertime, it's beautiful here, certainly. Now everything that the band has it's all up on the streaming services, right? It's on Spotify and everything.
Spotify, YouTube, iTunes. Gosh, I haven't even looked at iTunes, but it's on iTunes.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, we use DistroKid, and it's all on. Yep, on every streaming service. Yep.
Now, for those who don't know, so DistroKid, obviously, how do you find them? Is that a good service? I hear mixed reviews from people.
I've never personally had a problem with them.
Yeah.
It's just, you pay X amount a year.
Yeah.
And sometimes you might pay a little bit more if you want it, if you want your EP or album or single or whatever out on a certain day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I personally have never had a problem with them. I mainly only use it though to just upload tracks, and maybe check stats and little other things. But I've personally never had a problem with them.
Now, do you guys have any physical copies of your CDs? I get such varied answers on this because it seems like to a lot of artists, physical media is still really important, which surprises me sometimes. And then to a lot of artists, it's like, what physical media? Why? What year are we in? So I encounter very different attitudes about it. So I'm curious how you guys feel about it, and if you have any actual physical discs.
I'd say they will be coming at some point, but we normally just have our stuff on Spotify and YouTube and iTunes and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I think The Storm Is Out back when we released that. We did a couple of gigs in Albany and Saratoga, New York. I think we made a couple of copies, and I think at the time, we might have used CD Baby maybe, and they made all the copies and a little of the artwork in a sleeve and put the disc in. But honestly, I'm a big fan of physical music. I'm actually really a big fan of DVDs. I collect horror DVDs. Like, that's my collector's item. I love horror films and DVDs, and that's my thing. I love a DVD.
Yeah.
Especially if like your internet goes out or something, you have your player, you can plug it in. You know what I mean? You're not just sitting there bored in the dark all day.
Yeah.
But for us though, at the moment, no, we don't have anything physical.
Yeah, it's interesting how different artists approach it differently. I mean, a lot of some artists now too. Well, I mean, obviously all the majors, they put everything out on vinyl, but I've even met local artists from the area who will do like a run of vinyl, but it's apparently, from what I'm told, it's extremely expensive to do it. It's really cost prohibitive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the biggest mistake I ever made. I had a whole bunch of vinyl records, probably about the size of the desk I'm sitting in front of. And I shipped them all to my friend in Texas and for $300. And I was just, it's one of those things. They're heavy and they take up space, but it's just one of those things I wish I never got rid of.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How much did it cost to ship?
About 150. I think I did 100. So yeah, it was very expensive.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. No,
you're just heavy.
No. Right. Oh yeah, absolutely. I was shocked a few years ago. I was on Bandcamp, and when this was maybe 5 or 6 years ago, so this trend may have already passed, but I was shocked to see some artists selling cassette tapes. Like, cassettes were back. Wow. And it's like, I mean, I guess if you're a fan of tape hiss, that's cool. But I was just shocked. And the first one I found, I was like, oh, is this a joke? Is this like, I realized, no, a lot of these artists are selling cassettes. And of course, most people who buy them probably never actually play them. They're just buying them because they like that artist and, oh, it's cool to have a cassette, but it's just, it's fascinating to me to see what technology comes and goes, what sticks around that you don't think is going to stick around, and what does end up going away that you think is going to be here forever. It's very interesting to me. But now, so as far as, you've got 2 EPs, and then do you have any singles that are only singles that are not on one of the EPs? Or?
As of right now, it's So Many Colors. We did a Shinedown cover a couple of years ago. And that, I think, also we released maybe as a single,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But we, So Many Colors, that will probably go on to our next EP. It may not if we have if the songs are in a completely different theme than that.
Yeah.
Or if we decide to go a different route with mixing or whatever, then obviously we would probably just leave that as a single and go on and go forth with that. But as of right now, mainly So Many Colors is the only one that's a single. All the other songs are on EPs.
What Shinedown song did you cover?
Sound of Madness.
Okay. Oh, that's a great song.
Yeah.
When Shinedown was really big, I got pretty sick of them because what was the really big song?
Second Chance, right?
Oh yeah.
Was it that one?
Was it that one, or was there another one that was really big? No, I think it was it was Second Chance. Oh God. I grew to hate that song because I heard it so much, but then I heard Sound of Madness and I was like, oh, okay, I like them again. That's a great track.
That's a good album. The whole album.
I've never heard the whole thing. Is it good?
Yeah.
But I can imagine you guys doing that song because I can hear it in my head with your voice.
He's a hard guy to replicate.
Is he? Yeah.
Really hard. Yes.
Are they still around?
Yes.
Shinedown. Yeah.
Yep.
Sometimes it's hard to keep track of who's still Like I just found out the other day that Godsmack is going to be playing, I think, at the SNU Arena, and I was like, I didn't even know they were touring.
That's news to me too.
Yeah, I had no idea. Let's play another track because we still have. Let's see. Oh, Every Night. That's the other one. Anything we should know about this?
2017, just a band written song. No,
Very
I guess
fun
it
to
really,
play.
really, yeah. It's colorful. I wrote that about. I get asked, like, we were talking about this in rehearsal, and somebody's like, "Oh, it's Every Night." I think isn't that a relationship song? I said, "No, it's not." So it's not you. It's written to make you think that, but it's really not why I personally wrote it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to tell us why, or do you want to keep that a mystery?
It goes kind of in the lines of like alcoholism issues, addiction issues, and all that stuff. So it's basically like kind of being on a hamster wheel.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Kind of thing. So
Yeah, something a lot of us can relate to, certainly.
Yeah.
All right, let's give this a listen. So this is called Every Night. This is the band My Last Mile. Check this out.
And I can't believe you said that you want to recycle our past. Both you and I know
The band is My Last Smile. Guys, it's been wonderful to have you here. I love the music, and I was Aaron. I was saying to you off air too. I love the solo on that.
Thanks.
That's really good. That's really good. We should obviously you're very Googleable, as I like to say. If you Google My Last Smile, actually, if you Google My Last Smile band, I think that's probably the easiest way to find you. But of course, you're on all the social media, right, and everything. And
yep, we have a Facebook page.
Yeah.
So if you find us, My Last Mile on Facebook, and subscribe, that'd be great.
Yep.
Follow us.
YouTube, and then we're in the midst of making a website. Our bassist is a cyber guy. I don't know what he does.
He's an engineer. He
okay.
So he does
Oh, he is?
cyber.
Okay, well.
Yeah.
I
So
gotcha.
we were going to work with him and getting it all situated in coming weeks.
Oh, very good. Very good. Yeah. And now, what do you have coming up? So you're going to be at Swarmy Fest, obviously. That's coming up in November. Do you guys have shows before then, leading up to that? Or
No, we're kind of just getting everything tight for that, and we're in the midst of making some new music
yeah.
at the moment.
And do you have probably too soon to know, but do you have any kind of an ETA on when we might hear some new stuff? Or
December.
oh, really?
Yep. Before
wow.
Christmas time.
Oh, good.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Yep, definitely.
fantastic.
Yep.
Fantastic. Well, we'll have to have you back when that's ready, because I definitely
I'll
want
come
to
back.
definitely want to play it
Yeah.
and talk to you guys. Yeah.
We would love to come back. It's great.
Absolutely. And guys, thank you again, Aaron and Rich from My Last Mile. This has been great, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Absolutely. You got it. And we will leave you with this. This is Island from the band My Last Smile.